Hey Dad, I know that you've been busy lately with your company, but have you had a chance to look over my business proposal? I put a lot of effort into it, and I would love your input. I want to make sure that it will impress the people I need to show it to. I've got a meeting in a couple of months with a pretty important person, and I really think that this could be my big break. I just need to make sure that my business plan is as impressive as it can possibly be. Dad?
Corinna, what is it? I'm busy at the minute.
Oh, I just wondered if you had seen my business plan?
No, I've not been able to look it over. I've had too much on my plate to read a nonsense proposal. I really wish you wouldn't waste my time with these silly little ideas of yours. Don't you know that I'm trying to train your brother so that he can take over my company eventually? I really need to focus on making sure he knows what he's doing.
Hang on. You're telling me that you don't have half an hour to read my business plan? One that I know is a good idea and that will really take off, but you have time to teach Les, who is one of the laziest and most incompetent people I know, how to run a company?
Yes? Look, he may be lazy, but that's why I've got to whip him into shape. I don't have time to humor your silly ideas. You're an adult now, Corinna, and you need to start acting like one. You need to forget all about these ridiculous plans and business ideas of yours. They'll never work. Just get a real job, get your head out of the clouds, and start living in reality. I think the shop down the road is hiring. Why not apply there? And you can save up a bit and maybe actually go to college, like you'd originally planned before this stupid business plan popped into your head.
Wow, thanks for the support, Dad. No, really, it's too much. And for your information, my idea isn't stupid. It'll be a massive hit, I know it. And as for college, you know I don't want to go there. All it'll do is put me thousands of dollars in debt. And for what? A piece of paper? I've already got a business plan. I've researched and worked hard to make it a viable idea. I just need some help in making sure I've got the presentation right. I'd think, as my dad, you want to help me out a bit. Clearly, I was wrong.
I do want to help you, Corinna, but I want you to be realistic. Do you know how many people think they have the next great idea, spend all their time, effort, and money on it only for it to fail and they have nothing left to show for it? I don't want you to be one of those people.
But I won't be, Dad. My idea's good. I know it is.
That's what everyone thinks. It's best if you just forget about it now before you make a fool of yourself and move on to something more suitable. Maybe you could study to become a nurse or something? Something that pays well so you won't have to worry about money in the future.
And I'm guessing Les will simply be given money by you, since he's your favorite and all.
Helping him find his footing. He's a late bloomer and needs a bit of help and support so that he'll be able to take over the company. I want to make sure that it's left in good hands.
Well, it's definitely not in good hands with Les. He'll have bankrupted within a year once he has it, I bet.
That's not a very nice thing to say about your brother, Corinna. He's trying his hardest. Maybe if you put a bit of effort into something, then you'd understand what it was like.
Are you kidding me? I have put effort into something. I've put effort into my business plan. I've done all the necessary research. I've looked into possible competitors and done market research into how my idea would work and how people would use it. How much it would be to make within the first year, budgets and profit margins. I've done it all. You'd know this if you even bothered to skim over the draft proposal I sent to you.
You might have done all that, but there's no telling if you'd done it right. You could have just wasted tons of your time and hard work on something that won't work at all.
That's why I'd like you to look it over. You know what? Forget it. You clearly don't care what I do or how hard I work. Nothing I do will ever be good enough for you. All you're bothered about is helping Les because he's your son. Fine then. If that's how you want to be, then I won't bother you anymore with my silly business plan. I'll make sure to not involve you in it at all.
Now you're just being overdramatic. Although, I will thank you for keeping me out of your ideas from now on. I'm a very busy man and I don't want to have to keep having these conversations with you about trivial matters.
Uh-huh. I'll have someone else look over it. Someone who actually cares about what I do and believes in me. because that's clearly not you.
Look, we can finish talking about this later, Corinna. For now, I need to get back to helping your brother. Goodbye.
Yeah, whatever.
Little sister, that just told me that you and him got into an argument because you think you've actually got a good business idea? How pathetic. Are you really that desperate for Dad's attention that you'd create a totally rubbish idea just to have him look at it? Only real losers would do something like that.
Get lost, Les. If anyone's a loser here, it's you. I mean, how many times did you have to repeat a grade in high school just so you could graduate? Not to mention that you were kicked out of college as well for not showing up to your lessons. And yet you call me the failure.
Shut up. The teachers in high school were purposefully holding me back because they were jealous of me. And I didn't need college because I'm taking over the family business, so it was their loss. Because when I become rich now, they're not going to be getting any donations from me.
Don't make me laugh. You're not going to become rich. All you're doing is riding on Dad's coattails. He's the one who built the company up. You have absolutely no clue how to run a business.
Oh, and you do you? From what Dad was telling me, you don't know anything. All you got is a silly little idea that no one will actually want to use, and no clue how to market it. It's no wonder why I'm Dad's favorite. At least I don't embarrass him with made-up stuff.
Yeah, all you do is show up late for work, if you bother to show up at all, that is. You also lounge around all day, doing nothing and making Dad look like a complete fool as he tries to teach you how to run a company for when he retires. You do know that none of the other workers respect you, right? You make their lives more difficult than they need to be with all of your stupid micromanaging and ridiculous demands.
What would you know of it? You don't know how to run a business. If you did, Dad wouldn't have brushed you off so easily. He would have actually given your idea a chance. The fact that he didn't just shows that he knows you're a failure and that you won't amount to anything.
It's funny. You and Dad seem so certain that I'm just a clueless little girl, and yet neither one of you have even read my proposal. Is it that it's too complicated for your little brain and that you don't understand any of it?
I'm not an idiot.
Could have fooled me.
Whatever. No matter what you do, you'll always be a failure in Dad's eyes. He knows that all you're good for is a normal job, serving people at a checkout. I mean, he hasn't even offered to train you in his company. What does that say, huh?
It doesn't matter. I don't need his approval to know that I've done a good job. I'm not going to stop working on my idea simply because Dad said so.
Just face it, it's not a good idea and it'll never amount to anything. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you're a girl. It's well known that girls aren't good at business. Why do you think there's hardly any women CEOs? Because girls don't know what they're doing in terms of making deals and building a good company. They probably just spent all the money on shoes or something.
That's so sexist and so wrong on so many levels. I don't even know where to start in correcting you. Although, it'd probably all go in one ear and out the other even if I tried.
You can be as moody as you want about this, but you know it's true. That's why Dad's training me to take over the business, and not you. He feels exactly the same way about women working in business. The best place for you is at the reception, looking pretty.
Les, you really need to shut up. Like, now.
I'm just telling the truth. You'll just have to deal with it.
Well, we'll just see about that.
So, you've had your meeting? Time to pack it in now, yeah? I can only imagine they let you down easily, but it's time to get into the real world, okay?
Oh no, I think I'll stay as I am. Thanks, Dad.
Corinna, I'm just trying to look out for you as your dad. You need to get a real job, now. I know you're probably upset because your meeting went bad, but it's time to let that idea go.
My meeting didn't go bad. In fact, it went fantastically.
Huh?
Yeah, things are really looking up for me.
They are.
Yeah, the other company's bosses really loved my idea. They were sold on it almost straight away. They've invested a hefty sum to help me get it up and running. A few $100,000.
100,000?
Yeah, I know. My reaction was pretty much exactly the same, but that's how certain they are that my idea is going to generate a lot of money.
Well, maybe I could help you out. We could split the work and everything and share the profits. Being the more senior worker, I'd have more of the profits, obviously. We could make a 70-30 split. I think it would be a great partnership.
Wow. I mean, really, you're just unbelievable.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you couldn't be bothered at all when I first gave you my proposal. You couldn't even be bothered to skim over it to see what it was actually about. And now, after I've done all the hard work and secured a massive investment, you want to jump in and even try and take over my profits? I really don't think so.
But I'm your dad. We're family. We should help each other out.
Yeah, we should. But you couldn't be bothered to help me when I needed it. So you don't get to share in the success after I've managed to do everything.
You're being selfish.
Nope, I'm being realistic. You were the selfish one when you didn't help me simply because I'm a girl. You thought that I would fail in my endeavor, and so you didn't even try to help me. Instead, you focused all your attention on Les. Well, now you've got to stick to your plan because I don't want your help anymore.
You silly girl, if I don't help you, you're just gonna fail.
No, I won't actually. I've made it this far, and I know I'm smart enough and skilled enough to go even further. I don't need you involved in my business anymore. You had your chance, and you blew it.
But I didn't know it would be so successful.
That's your problem. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a lot of work to do to get my business underway.
Hang on. Wait a minute, Corinna. We can work this out so that we can work together. I'll even make it a 60-40 split.
How about a 0-100 split? The profits are mine. Now please, stop embarrassing yourself. I'm not going to hire you when you so easily brush me off. It just shows that you wouldn't listen to me on decisions, and I'm not going to let that happen.
But I know better about businesses.
Is that why yours is failing?
How do you know that?
Les has quite a big mouth.
Well, it's just a little slump. It'll pick back up again.
Well, maybe you should work on that. I've got my own business to worry about now. Sorry, Dad, but you didn't believe in me, so you don't get to jump in when I start doing well. Good luck with your own business. My business ended up really taking off. I was able to pay the investment back within my first couple of years, and I have made a lot of money in profits. My company continues to grow, and I can't wait to see where things will go in the future. As for my dad, his company began to really struggle. In the end, he figured out that Les had been stealing money and spending it on ridiculous things, like watches and clothes. Dad ended up firing Les, and he has him on a plan to pay back everything he took. Since doing that, my dad's business has slowly begun to pick back up again, but it will take a while to be as successful as it was. It just goes to show that you really never should judge a book by its cover. Just because I was a woman, my dad thought I would fail, but by believing in myself and working hard, I was able to prove him wrong and pursue my dreams. Phil, babe, where are you? I thought you said that you wanted to go out tonight?
Huh? Yeah, I did. That's why I'm currently out right now.
Wait, what do you mean you're already out?
I mean exactly what I said. I'm already out.
But I thought we were going out together. That's what you said, isn't it?
No, I said that I wanted to go out. Me. I never said anything about you coming with me. Why would I want that? I'm actually trying to have fun tonight, so why would I bring you along?
What? But I thought that seeing as we haven't actually done anything as a couple lately, it would have been nice for the both of us to go out and enjoy some quality time together. Are you trying to say that you don't think I'm any fun? Is that why you didn't want me to come out with you?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
But how can you say that? I thought that we had fun together, that you enjoyed being with me.
Yeah, well, guess I'm just good at lying then, huh?
What do you mean? I really don't understand what you're on about.
I mean that I've never really found you that interesting or fun to be around. I've been faking it this entire time.
Wait, what? That can't be true. I mean, why would you want to be with me if you didn't like me? Why would you marry me if you thought that I was boring and dull?
Are you really that dense? I married you for the money, of course.
My money?
Yeah, when we first met, I really didn't think you were anything special. But then you took me back to your house and introduced me to your parents, and I knew that I had to stick around, at least for a little while. Your house alone just screamed rich. I'd have been an idiot to pass that opportunity up.
Are you kidding me? You seriously only married me so that you could have my money? What kind of horrible, sick person does that?
Hey, you'd have done the same if the roles were reversed.
No, I wouldn't have.
So you're honestly telling me that if I were rich and you were poor, you wouldn't have stuck around and married me just for my money? Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
I wouldn't have. If I hadn't felt any feelings for you and I thought that our relationship wouldn't work, then no, I wouldn't have stuck around even if you were a billionaire.
Of course you wouldn't have. Look, there's no point in lying and trying to pretend to be the bigger person here. I know you'd have done the same. Anyone who has the chance to live comfortably with money will do whatever it takes to make it happen. It just so happened that my chance to live the life I wanted came in the form of marrying you. It kinda sucks that for the last 20 years, though, I've still had to work. I mean, I hope that your parents would have kicked the bucket years ago. But I guess it doesn't matter now. You've inherited their wealth, so it's all worked out.
You're actually kidding me, right? Are you seriously telling me right now that you're glad that my parents are dead? You're so heartless that you don't even care that two of the most important people in my life have died? All you care about is the money they left me?
Actually, it's the money that they left us.
What?
Well, I am legally your husband, so by the law, what's yours is mine, and all that, you know? We split everything 50-50, which includes your inheritance. Speaking of which, now that you've finally been given the money that I've been waiting for, there's something that I want to tell you.
What's that then?
I want a divorce.
A divorce, huh?
Yep, I've already filed for one with my lawyers. You'll be getting the paperwork through any day now. I've been wanting one for quite a while now, but thought that it would be better to wait for the most opportune moment, you know, when you finally have some money.
So I'm guessing you've had this all planned out for years then? I'm surprised you didn't just push my parents down some stairs to get their inheritance sooner.
Jeez, don't make me sound like the bad guy here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I offend you with that comment? How rude of me.
See? This is one of the reasons why I can't wait to be rid of you. You're always so sarcastic and whiny. Who would ever actually want to be with someone like that? I'm just thankful that I'll be able to just take my money and then go spend the rest of my life with Marissa.
Marissa?
Yup. Bet you didn't know about her, huh? She's my girlfriend. We've been seeing each other for a few months now. That was kind of the perfect timing with your mom passing away because Marissa was actually going on at me about getting our own place and everything. Now with the money your parents left you as inheritance, I'll actually be able to do that. So, thanks.
This just keeps on getting better and better. You only married me so that for the last 20 years, you could make sure that you would be around to take advantage of my inheritance when my parents pass on. And now you're going to use my inheritance to buy you and your girlfriend, who you've been cheating on me with, a new house. Did I cover everything?
Well, yeah, I guess. You're making it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. At the end of the day, when two people don't work out, they should just go their separate ways.
We'll see about that.
Huh? What do you mean? Are you trying to make threats? Because it really isn't your style. They're not very effective at all. You're not gonna scare me or anything, so stop being so pathetic and get over it. I'm gonna have half of your inheritance happening, and there's nothing that you can do to stop it. That's what I deserve anyway for putting up with you for 20 years. Anyway, Marissa's getting annoyed, so I've gotta go. Did I tell you that we're out celebrating because we finally found a house we like? We put a deposit down already thanks to the money I'll be getting off of you, so now we're just gonna finalize the rest of the payments.
And what about our house? You know, the one that we've lived in for the last 20 years of our life?
I don't care about it, to be honest. It's a pile of rubbish, and it's falling apart anyway. So you can do whatever you want with that heap of bricks. It's not my problem anymore.
So, are you seriously saying that I'm going to have to pay the mortgage off all by myself? You can't do that. It's a joint thing.
Actually, thanks for reminding me. I'll need to take my name off the mortgage and put it all in your name. That way, I won't be burdened by that place.
Fine. If that's how you want to do things, then I'll happily agree to have the house in my name, if it means that I never have to have anything to do with you ever again.
Great, we'll do it tomorrow then. Can't wait to get rid of you out of every corner of my life.
I was just about to say the same thing to you.
Hey, Jill, just texting to let you know that I can't wait to walk out of this court with your money. It's gonna be hilarious to see your face when the judge declares half of your inheritance is mine.
You seem pretty confident that you'll be getting my money.
Why shouldn't I be? It's gonna be the easiest payday I've ever had.
You just keep thinking that.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I guess you'll just have to wait and see.
What the hell, Jill? What even was that? What happened in there? I honestly don't understand. How could you not have told me?
Told you what?
Don't try acting all coy and innocent with me. You know exactly what I'm on about. How could you not have told me that you didn't even have the inheritance yet? You let me go on and on about leaving you and taking all of your money, and made me look like an idiot. If I'd known that you hadn't actually collected the inheritance yet, that it wasn't actually in your name, I never would have started this divorce. I would have waited.
Yeah, I know. You were so right, though. It was definitely hilarious to see your face when the judge told you that you wouldn't be getting half of my inheritance, as it wasn't legally mine yet, lol. And it was even better when she said that you'd actually have to pay me compensation, as you had cheated on me. I don't think this divorce could have gone any better, lol.
That's another thing. How could you do that to me? Taking my money like that? I've worked so hard to earn what I have, and now you just get, like, half of it? Simply because a judge said so?
Actually, it was because you cheated on me.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not right or fair.
Well, you'll just have to deal with it, like I've had to deal with you for the last 2 decades. You want to know what's really ironic about it all?
What?
I was actually going to ask you for a divorce before you started all of this.
What? Why?
Well, it wasn't because I didn't love you, although I don't anymore. It's actually because that was what my mom and dad stipulated in their will if I wanted to get my inheritance.
What? What do you mean? They wanted you to divorce me just so you could get what they left you?
Yep, they said in their will that if I wanted even a single dollar for my inheritance, then I'd have to divorce you. I thought it was kind of cruel at the time, and I was going to talk to you about it, but then you sprung up the fact that you were only with me for my money. I guess my parents knew you better than I did. They never really did warm up to you, and now I know why. They must have seen that you were nothing but a cold-hearted, gold-digging loser, that I could do so much better than you. The funny thing is, now that I've finally gotten rid of you, I can actually go and enjoy my inheritance in any way that I want, without having to give you a single penny of it.
That's not fair. I was with you for 20 years. I should get half of that money. Give it to me. I got a new house to pay for. Don't you know?
Well, that's your problem, not mine. I've got my own house already.
Actually, I think you'll find that I own half of that house, and I'm gonna sell it to get the money for my new one. What are you gonna do about that, huh? You'll be out on the streets.
Are you really that stupid? Have you forgotten that you signed the mortgage over to me? The house is fully in my name now. You don't own anything. In fact, if I remember right, you said that I could do whatever I wanted with this heap of bricks. You didn't care about it.
Wait, but hang on.
Sucks for you. Looks like you'll be paying a new mortgage for a very long time. Meanwhile, mine is almost paid off. And with my new inheritance, I'll be able to fix any of the problems that have popped up and getting it looking as good as new. I think things are really looking up for me.
Jill, wait, maybe we can work something out. We were married for 20 years after all.
I'm afraid you've burned that bridge well and truly to the ground. I don't care for you anymore, and I'm definitely not going to give you my money when you've been so vile to me. You can go and deal with the mess you've gotten yourself into by yourself. Hey, if your new girlfriend's so great, maybe she can help you out.
She stumped me. Once she heard that we weren't gonna be getting your inheritance, she told me that she didn't love me and she left.
Huh. Sucks to be used for your money, doesn't it? But like I said, it's not my problem anymore. You'll have to figure your own life out. Anyway, I've got things to do and a new life to live, so please don't message me again. I don't ever want to hear from you ever again. Goodbye. After the divorce, I used my inheritance to fix up my old house, just like I said I would. It didn't cost too much, and once it was done, I decided to sell the house and use the money I got from it, which was quite a lot with all of the new upgrades added in, and move somewhere new. I wanted a fresh start in life, and because I had the money from the sale and my inheritance, I was able to get a nice apartment overlooking the sea. My life is definitely much better now that I don't have a leech constantly hanging off of me. Speaking of Philip, the last I heard was that he was unable to back out of the deal on his new house, and that he is working overtime just to be able to meet the monthly mortgage payments. Just goes to show, karma will always get those who deserve it.